Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello. I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, took us a minute to get started again.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey,
Welcome.
to Salacious Sips.
Drinky Book Club.
That was Laurel.
I'm Claire.
Fuck. I'm Stina. Anyway, so we are drinking something we've already drank before because we're lazy
And it was open.
yeah, and we wanted to kill it before it,
Good
started
win really
something up.
bad. Yeah.
It is the Los Hermanos mango corktail that I brought back from Puerto Rico that we drank on a previous episode.
Very nice and mango-y.
I doctored it with Coralejo.
And we added rum
Yep. Laurel and I added rum.
because we needed some more.
Yeah.
It
We
kind of
needed to-
balances out the sweetness.
It does.
It is super
It's pretty sweet. Yeah. As mangoes are.
Yes.
Yes.
We wanted to think tropical thoughts.
Oh,
today.
yes. We need it. It's still snowpack out there.
Yeah.
And negatives and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I did notice in some of our other recordings that we forgot to rate things.
Yeah, I was
dang.
thinking about that as I was lying in bed.
Did we really?
Yes.
I was wondering when the last time we did a rating was, and then I also remembered that I hadn't turned in my hang tag in my car to my apartment complex. So, in case you're wondering what I think about at 3 o'clock.
Look, I woke up and was like, Douglas, I was dreaming about sushi again.
Oh.
And he's like,
What?
oh. And then went back to
And then he went
sleep.
back to sleep.
But
Just a
I
logical reaction
I
to that.
based the rating based on what we talked about. Like, we know Fourth Wing wasn't that spicy.
Right.
And we all
No.
enjoyed it. So,
No.
again, that's not something that we had to worry about. And the only other book was me having to rate it because it was my book, my quickie episode. So that was easy.
Yeah.
And we all enjoyed the cocktail, the drinking. So I was able to guess on that. But I would say this is solid resort thing.
In our defense, though, the end of
Yeah.
2025 and the beginning of 2026 has been an absolute shit show. So, it makes sense that we were forgetting to rate.
And to
Thanks.
be fair to everybody
We were
else,
trying.
we've already agreed this is not in a podcast to talk politics or anything going on in the world. But let's be
No,
honest,
everything's
it's
a
a
shit
fucking
show.
shit show.
Everything's a shit
Oh,
show.
boy.
So, but
Yeah.
I hazarded that this was for us. Once we doctor it, pretty much all inclusive resort because
Basically,
that is
yeah.
what it makes us think about.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's been feeling like the negatives, guys.
Feels like a
Mhm.
Caribbean all-inclusive resort here.
God. Although Claire is right in saying that it reminds us of the mango daiquiris we had on a
Ooh.
horrible trip to St. Martin.
Really bad trip that we took to St. Martin. But that's a story for another day.
All we can say is St. Martin is overhyped. It's not worth it, guys.
no,
for us.
no.
For us.
To be fair to St. Martin, when we went down there, it was right after they had that really bad hurricane,
Yes.
which was why the people who booked the trip got it for as inexpensively as they did.
for a wedding. So,
Yeah.
yes. Again, so it's not their fault. It's just the timing was just unfortunate. But for the amount of money we spent, again, in recovery, it wasn't worth the effort. Because
No.
St. Martin, everyone should know by now, it's that famous runway that goes right over the beach.
That was the most entertaining thing about the resort was watching people stand on the beach to get blown over by the jets. and
What
the
they
planes.
don't tell you is they have to pump sand back onto the beach every night.
Yes.
Why?
Because the jets
blows it
Blow
off?
all the sand
Oh,
off.
no.
The
It's
best,
loud as hell.
Yes, the best part for me of that trip was the excursion that we booked. That Douglas and I booked post the celebration and whatever, where we got on a charter boat, sailboat, catamaran thing,
Mm-hmm.
and went to a different island that had some of the best food we had the entire trip. That includes all the food that you have on the resort.
There was precisely one restaurant that was good at the resort.
Ew.
And it was
And-
the one we ate at every single time.
And they only had selections of rum, to the point where Douglas and I went off the resort to go buy booze for ourselves. And again, it is not their fault. It's not the resort's fault. It's not St. Martin's fault. It was just the timing was right after they had just rebuilt everything from the hurricane.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we had done it differently, maybe it would have been a good trip.
But the good thing that came out of that trip is that I spent the entire time comparing it to the resort I had been to in Mexico a few years previous. And it took a few years, but I finally got to take Christina and Douglas back. And we all agreed it was so much better than the resort at St. Martin.
To the point where we're going to get drunk on a beach when I turn 40.
We're trying a different resort in the same chain, though, but I think it's going to be good.
Just a heads up for anyone who's planning a trip. Be aware there's only one flight in
To St. Martin.
from the States.
And there's not only one, there's only one flight. It's very difficult to get there.
Yes.
So there's only one flight out of Miami, and I believe that there was one flight out of North Carolina,
one
out of Charlotte.
Yeah. And it's one a day.
Yes.
So if you miss it, it can be
because it's the world's shortest runway, and there's only a limit for the amount of air traffic. But we were also on the French side.
Oh, okay.
There's a Dutch side.
Yeah, okay.
But it's the one airport.
But it's the one airport.
It is also the most dangerous runway.
Because it's like exceptionally short, and also people definitely stand on the beach to get blown over by the jets.
And
that was the most entertaining part of that trip. Was
quite entertaining.
But there's also no beach.
No beach.
So if you're like a beach person, St. Martin may not be your thing. Like our friend was not a beach person. She wanted to do more pools. Great, wonderful. If you were a pool person, like St. Martin would probably be the right place for you to go. But like, why are you going to go to an island and not go to the beach?
Yes, exactly. And she was like, I don't want sand up in my cooch. I'm like, okay, look.
It rinses out.
Okay, but if you get sand in your hoo-ha, then your bathing suit don't fit right.
Yeah,
the thing is, in the Caribbean, the waves aren't as crazy unless it's in hurricane season.
Yep.
You're not going to
I don't know.
I've
been to Puerto Rico.
Well, the times I've gone to the Caribbean on beaches, I've never gotten sand up my
I have not been enough. But in Puerto Rico, they have like Olympic-sized surfing waves, so.
Right, but like when I've gone,
only on that one side of the island though.
Douglas and I go on lots of cruises to the Caribbean,
Yeah.
and I'm a beach baby, so I know beaches, and I know like I've been in beaches in Europe and stuff, and like depending on where you are, you're not going to get sand in your hoo-ha. The unfortunate thing is in the States, because of all the fucking littering and bullshit that happens in the States, you're going to get sand in your cooch. Especially in the Pacific.
I've been to a lot of beaches and I've never gotten sand in my crotch.
I have definitely gotten sand in my crotch, but you know what? You're going to the beach. Just
deal with it.
Rinse it out.
But also, like, what are you doing on the beach that you're going to get that much sand?
You're sitting in there. You're sitting on the edge when the surf comes in.
But like, if you're sitting in a chair, or you're sitting on the towel or something like that. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get some.
No,
but
I
not...
mean like you're in the edge of the water when the surf comes in.
Yeah, see, I don't sit on the beach when the water comes in.
Yeah.
I'm in the fucking water.
Well, yeah. But I'm in where it's like up to my knees or below, and then it's.
Look, man, unless you and your man are banging on the beach, like you're really not gonna get that much sand in your crotch.
One warning though: don't bang on a beach. You get sand everywhere.
Don't bang on the beach.
Look, it looks sexy in movies, but there's filming. They're not actually fucking. Like, don't fuck on a beach.
It's uncomfortable. You get sand everywhere.
It's like don't fuck in the water either. There's no lubrication.
You're definitely getting sand in your vagina if you're banging on the beach.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Just saying.
Look, fucking in
thinking like here to eternity.
Like fucking on a beach, fucking in the ocean, fucking
in parks is like never as romantic as they make it out to be.
Fucking in the pool, fucking in hot tubs, fucking in showers. Look,
cars.
I've done it. I fucked in a movie theater.
Well, we all have, but it's not that great. Just saying.
Yeah, it's not as romantic as they make it out to be.
Lube is important.
Well, that too, but also
which is a problem with water sports.
Yeah, but if you're banging in a hot tub, you're just asking for an infection at that point.
Well, yeah, because a hot tub is people soup.
But yes, hot tubs are disgusting.
You don't want that.
Hot tubs are disgusting. Unless it is your own private hot tub and you know how that hot tub has been cleaned.
And you shock it and all the good stuff.
They're fucking disgusting.
But I still go in them.
Don't fuck in a like
I don't
hotel.
Fuck in them. I just go in them.
Hot tub. Or in the hotel like jetted tubs. Don't do that either. That's just asking for an infection.
No, what you do so what I've done with hotel tubs, and it's a pain in the ass. But I go through and I shock it myself. They clean it, but then I go through and clean it myself before I do anything with it.
You just bring the materials?
Usually where you're at, like the last time I was in DC for a work trip.
Yeah.
And I this was a woman empowerment hotel or something. I found this cute little hotel that had like the hotel registration desk was clear plexiglass and it was filled with stilettos.
Ooh.
And they had like powerful women in politics and stuff on like pillows in the room.
Oh, cool.
It had a full soaking tub. So I literally walked down the street to like the drugstore, got like bleach, and
filled that sucker up and
that tub because I'm like, I don't like.
You're like, I'm getting in this sucker.
I'm gonna clean it. And again, for me, tubs, I can't soak in a tub for very long because I'm in soup. But
I do that all the time.
But I'm like, this is a full-on. How often do you find a full-on soaker tub in a hotel room?
Not very often.
And they upgraded me to a suite.
I was in a really nice soaker tub. It was an old claw-footed one in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
And
in a really small, like, boutique hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to. So I went and got the shit. And like,
that's the first thing I did after, like, a 16-hour flight. I was like, hi, honey, kiss, kiss. I'm getting in the tub.
Yeah.
But when you're like next to a drugstore where you can get like Clorox bleach spray for like $5, fucking hell, yes, left it. I was like, fuck it, okay. 10 minutes later, I'm done being soup. Let's go.
Oh no, almost every night, especially in weather like this, like I get in my soaking tub and I lie there.
So like a not insignificant amount of the reason that I want to buy a house is so that I can put a fucking soaking tub in it.
Amen. Now
none of that jetted bullshit. I just want a soaking tub.
I didn't get a claw-footed one like I wanted, but the builders had like a freestanding soaking tub, and that's what I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it. It's a nice thing. That's the thing though. Like
but Laurel wants to be in there with me. I'm like, this is my tub.
Yes. No, that's your me time.
It is.
Like
this type of weather is when we crank the fireplace. Maybe we make my type of hot toddies.
Yeah.
Which
mostly booze, mostly bourbon.
Yeah, which Dougie gets a little he's like, okay, I need to find something that she can just pour with her heart because that's how I measure.
The Rieger.
That's what he did. He did the J. Rieger bourbon.
Rieger, yes.
Because he's like, I'm not getting any overproof because you pour with your heart and that's dangerous.
And not with a jigger.
Yeah.
Look, I can and do measure when necessary.
Oh, the Rieger is really good in a hot
only when you
toddy,
bake,
though.
I think. Not even when you bake.
Kind of a little bit. But no, and when I'm playing with new recipes, yes. But after a while, it's with my heart.
That's what we did today. We just poured with our heart.
I mean, there's a little splash of rum in this, but it took the edge off of the sweetness of
it did. Just enough
enough.
I mean, we've talked about it countless times. Claire has talked about it endlessly.
So can I say again, because I know you are tired of it, but our listeners probably haven't heard. I'm still ahead of everybody. I'm still read more books this year. Sorry, I had to say it.
I've had a non-functional brain for like the last
and we're never ahead of Christina, so I just have to say it. It's February 1st, and I with us, not when this comes out, and I'm still ahead. Just saying.
I think I'm on book 5 right now. It'll be done by the end of the day.
This one I'm finishing on my Kindle is like 8 or 9.
I'll be done by the end.
I know!
She's so fucking excited.
She is, but I'll be done with book 5 by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Possibly in a couple of hours after we're done.
But having said that, I'm not cheating, but this book I asked for Christmas, The Marionettes by Katie Weismer, I was really excited about it. And there's 4. I didn't realize there's 4 of them in the series, but they're pretty short. And there's 4 of them, and it is one story. They're 4 books, but it's one story. So you really can't just read one.
Like the Demigods.
Yeah, you have to read it. All of them. So I'm almost done with the 4th out of 4.
I'm reading J.D. Robb, the in-depth series. She had 4. I'm back. I usually read them as they come out, but there's like 4 books out right now that I haven't caught up with, so I'm reading them now. Because, my brain has been not braining.
Yeah.
I'm still on the struggle bus with Brandon Sanderson. I'm like desperately trying to finish this last fucking book.
But we should probably tell everyone who we're actually going to talk about this book. This
We'll get there.
Yeah.
True.
We never start on topic.
No, we don't.
I read all 3 Second Sons, and they were really nice and spicy, and it's by one of your favorites, Emily Rath.
I love Emily
There's
Rath.
3 of them, and they're Regency, which is us, up our alley.
Yes.
But super spicy.
Oh, one of our friends whose daughter thinks we're crazy but loves us.
Thanks for listening.
Shouting them out again. So, but she recommended a book series to clear out the romantic-y thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's a hockey romance. I'm like, she shows them to me. I'm like, I've read them.
All glitter dicks. She's all into the glitter dicks.
So,
that hockey one, I don't remember, but she...
I've seen 2 places that have cock marks, and they are that plastic glitter material, and they're bookmarks, and we need those.
Yes. So it is
We could pierce them.
It's Elle Kennedy's off-campus book series, and it starts with The Deal, and it's like, I've read them. They're a cute series.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like college hockey romances. They're super cute. They're like she recommended them as a palate cleanser. I'm like, I love that author. I think I have those books.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we could pierce the cock marks, or at least yours. I bet we could.
We still have so many questions about the piercings. Like, why?
I don't know.
Mostly why.
Why are they all hockey romances? Like, is that a real thing? Does anyone know, like, hockey players for real that are younger, not old guys?
I feel like that would be uncomfortable even with a cup. If you were to get hit in hockey.
It would always be uncomfortable.
Which is an extremely physical sport, to get hit on your dick, which is covered in piercings.
Look, it's fucking romance fiction, guys. We don't know. We have questions. But we do have...
But we do think about it a lot.
And we do talk about wanting to go to the boy aquarium.
Oh, yes.
Or the boy zoo.
Found a new one, the boy zoo, which is cowboys.
Yes.
At the rodeo.
Yes.
So we're going to have to make a trip to the boy aquarium and the boy zoo. And I got a book about boy zoos because shout out to my guy at Books A Million. Made me get Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose, and it's beautiful, sprayed edges and roses and daisies, and it's so beautiful.
I do like cowboy romances too.
Thanks, Aster.
But here's my thing. I've yet to read Heated Rivalry or watch Heated Rivalry.
It's very good. I can attest that the series... I have not read it, but I have watched it.
Look, I've read a couple, not Heated Rivalry. I have read a couple of the gay hockey romances, and they're fun. So it's on my list.
I feel like it's having a moment now.
Yes.
So
I have
feel
to
like...
time it, though, when Dougie's not around.
What, to watch it?
Yes.
I mean, they don't hold anything back.
And the amount of commentary he would have.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it would
definitely.
ruin it, probably.
I mean, they don't hold anything back, but I wouldn't say that it's any of the scenes are crude by any means.
Well, what's great about it is it started as this like indie made by themselves kind of thing, and then it blew up.
It started on Crave. Does that sound
or something like that? It started on this like tiny little like streaming thing, and then all of a sudden,
and it's Canadian, so it's done by a Canadian production company. And I think the author was really heavily involved in it. Like, it's very good. I can say the series is very, very good. I didn't even know what it was until it popped up on my HBO Max. And I was like, what is this? And then they start banging, and I was like, oh, that's what this is.
I kind of had an idea of what it was, but again, I love the hockey romances. Gay, straight, bi, whatever. I think hockey romances are fun. And so I knew, and I'm like, oh, God, it's got to go on my list. I've got to, like, dedicate time for it.
And it even has a hot Russian guy.
Yes!
So, you know, like...
But that's a really great segue for our topic, too. Kind of unintentionally.
Yeah, kind of unintentionally.
Book to television or film adaptations that are either really good or really crappy.
But there's lots of new ones coming out.
And what we would like to see.
Okay.
Is kind of the topic for today. And I did share with the girls that I saw, that's very exciting because it means it'll probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, be amazing.
It's going to be not bad.
Michael B. Jordan is EP on Fourth Wing.
Yay!
Which doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot, but it does. I mean, anything that is generally attached to Michael B. Jordan at this juncture
is fantastic.
Like, he's just so good. He's
so pretty.
So good.
So pretty.
So I can't imagine
someone like him.
I mean, do you not remember the story when he showed up as Killmonger? That when he had the scars where some girl like cracked her crown because she clenched her teeth so hard when he came out, like,
I don't remember
shirtless.
hearing that story.
And like they've asked him about it. He's like, he was like, yeah, and it was a whole thing. It was.
But like he gets super into his roles, and not that he's attached to any roles or anything like that, but like if he gives the same amount of attention to being EP and driving the bus, as it were, for Fourth Wing as he does any of his other roles, right? Like, yeah. I think it's going to be good. Like, I was really excited to see him attached to it because that makes me feel, like,
better,
positive that it's going to have, because you're never going to get a one-to-one, and I never expect a one-to-one out of a film adaptation of a book.
Film or television.
Or television, anything. Either of those things, right? But keep the spirit of the plot.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his bucket did it best with Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Peter Jackson did an excellent job with Lord
that
of the
was
Rings.
excellent, but there's still like my dad was still like, okay, well they did change this, and there's a little thing
but
here
that's
and there.
The thing is that you leave things out and you change things because the mediums are so different.
Yeah,
but it did keep the spirit.
It was,
but
very
if you
good.
keep the spirit and you
very,
still
very
keep if you still keep the spirit of the plot and the characters, like, you can still have an excellent, like, the Lord of the Rings is not a blow by blow adaptation of the books. They left a lot out of the books, but there was a lot of context in the books that wouldn't necessarily carry over to film. It would just make it drag.
Yes.
But what made it really great was because some of that was a lot of descriptors about everything where they did it visually.
Yeah, where they did it visually, or they combined characters together, or they combined scenes or plot points together, right? Just to kind of clean it up a little bit.
And the trade-off for me with, like, the Harry Potter series, like, some of it was done really well and some of it wasn't.
See, little Laurel and I are reading book 1 right now, and we're gonna have a book party at the end of each one and watch the movies because she's never seen the movies.
And then my boo-boo was I bought Little Laurel the first book of all of Rick Riordan's series.
Yes.
Where I meant to buy her the entire book set for Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
But it's a really good way to figure out what book series of that she likes. Now, 3 of those all tied to Percy Jackson. So
okay.
There's Heroes of Olympus, and then there's one that brings in it's like the second round of it that involves the Roman side of things, and then potentially it might have the first one of the series where Percy's grown up, but then the Magnus Chase ones are the ones that are the Egypt. No, Magnus Chase is still, I can't remember. Fuck, it's been so long. But Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan. But again, that's all like fiction. We're talking romantasy now.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this before, but Passion Flicks.
Oh, yes.
By Tosca Musk. Now, she is Elon's sister. Won't go any deeper than that. Okay. She has a studio called Passion Flicks where they do film adaptations, some television series adaptations of romance novels. Some are really well done and enjoyable. Some are shit, but fun.
But I think you're going to get that out of anything that you do. You can start with the best of intentions, and I'm going to use Game of Thrones as the example because that's the one I think that I know the best. They started off with great intentions. They really kind of leaned a little too harder into and there was even a Saturday Night Live sketch about it where they needed more boobs. Like, it was just people fucking throughout the entire first season. And it's like, okay, that's not the plot of any of this. And then they kind of like did a really good job of kind of like weaving a lot of the storyline into it in the first like 3 seasons. And then it kind of started to fall apart a little bit because I think at some point you reach a tipping point, and I feel like I love it when series just say, you know what, we're stopping after 4 seasons. Okay, we're gonna do 4 seasons, and we're gonna tell the story that we want to tell, and then we're gonna be done with it. Because I feel like at that point, when you're ending the series in the way that you want to, as executive producer, showrunner, what have you, you're telling the story that you want to tell without basically your overlords at the production company being like, well, we got to monetize on this, right? Like, we got to go do this thing, or we got to go do that thing, right? To make it.
So not to go backward, but like that reminded me, like we were talking about Bridgerton earlier, and back to Harry Potter, I was saying that Cho Chang is the stepmom in the new season. So in January and February, they're coming out with the first half and the second half of the season 4 Bridgerton. And so I was like, oh, we're going to see those people, but we were talking about how are they going to do Francesca? How are they going to do Eloise?
Well, they did Francesca's story, but our question is...
Well, but not like the story. No, they set it up, but the actual story hasn't even started. Like, her book starts after she's married.
After everyone's, except for the youngest, have been married.
Yeah.
And because they did a gender bend, which is fine. But the question is, like, Francesca's storyline revolves a lot around her getting pregnant.
Trying to get pregnant and not being able to get pregnant.
So that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So we don't know. But, like, Bridgerton, for me, the first two seasons, I really enjoyed season 1. Season 2, I liked Anthony and Kate, but I really liked Colin and Penelope.
But I liked them so much in the book, so that was happy with that.
But Penelope, it was always like the favorite.
Yeah.
But for me, so I got into passion flicks just because I saw it, and surprisingly how I got into it. So there's a book series. It is called Wicked, and it's about Fae. Okay, so it's Jennifer L. Armentrout, and she, Tosca did the first movie based on the first book, and it was decent. Like, it was interesting enough for me, and I had already owned the books. I just hadn't read them yet. So I read the books, and then realized the movie took a lot of liberties.
Yeah.
But the guy who plays Ren, the love interest, Snack. Like, really pretty eyes. I think I've talked about him to you guys in one of our spicy, like, fantasy couple dude. It was one of our early episodes. But he was really pretty, and so that was really what got me into just, he's pretty, the story's interesting, so I started getting into passion flicks. And it turns out, while that movie wasn't great, one they did is a TV series on passion flicks. It's the Driven book series by Kay Bromberg. That was good. They rushed it a little bit because it's multiple books, but it's a very damaged male character, and, like, he was abused horribly, and then this woman comes along and, like, has a bunch of foster kids, and does all this, and they fall in love, and it's a whole thing. But the way that was done was great. But some of the other ones that are on passion flicks, look, they do great with what they've got. But still, some of it was not great.
I saw over the holidays, I saw The Housemaid, and I'd read the Frida McFadden book, and that was great. And then I was wondering if any of you have read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, because I always think I'm going to read it, but apparently it's coming to the screen.
No.
It's coming from Amazon, and I always think I'm going to like that. Oh, and a couple Colleen Hoover books. Some I haven't read. I read It Ends With Us, It Begins With Us, and Ugly Love, but I guess Verity, the one they say is a little bit different, because I've said I'm not going to read any more of hers, but this one isn't like abuse. It isn't particularly romance. It's more of a thriller. I might read that because it's coming out too, where they say, I don't know when exactly it's coming out, but it's supposed to, so maybe I'll read that one.
And then there was another one that was a movie that came out in 2024. Yes. It's called Lick, and it's based on a book series. But it's 4 books, and I don't know if they're going to do the whole series or they just did the first one. I have no idea. The Stage Dive series by Kylie Scott. And this is the titles of the book. Lick, Play, Lead, and Deep.
Oh.
And it has to do with all 4 band members, essentially, and how they fall in love. And, like, it's a fun book to read, and it's fun, but the fucking romance takes place over the course of, like, most of the story takes place over, like, a week and a half, where they fall in love and get married and all that craziness. And then there's drama, and then, like, 30 days later, they, like, literally maybe 45-day period.
Oh, my. Ooh, weird.
But we already talked about what we want with, like, the SJM verse, but probably isn't.
Yeah, but I also feel like ACOTAR and Fourth Wing is not Third Wing.
Third Wing.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There's a third wing.
The rum
it's
is
just
going
not the
to
name
my
of the
head.
book.
It's just not on
if
top of the
there's a
dragon.
Fourth wing, there's different wings.
I think Fourth Wing is also going to be one that's tough to adapt, but I think in particular, like, SJM verse, the ACOTAR, is going to be exceptionally difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it would be easier to adapt Throne of Glass than it would be to adapt ACOTAR.
I still haven't started that series yet.
I only got halfway through. I gotta try
You and I
again.
both got halfway through and we stopped at the
I gotta try
same point. We got to pick it back up. I might have to start this book over.
Yeah.
I did order People We Meet on Vacation because one of my other book clubs is reading it and it is coming out. They wanted to pick one that was coming out on the screen.
But I also think that ACOTAR and Fourth Wing probably to some extent is going to suffer from this, where there's going to be a lot of expectation. There's going to be super high expectations.
Yeah.
Anytime people love a story, like a book, that's going to happen.
And I can look at it both ways. I've enjoyed plenty of TV shows that have been adapted, and I've liked them for wildly different reasons than I've liked the books. But I think if you, again, like I said, if you stray too far from the plot and the core of who the characters are and the core of the story, you lose it.
For me, like the original one, think about these are like the Jane Austen books. There's so many versions. There's like multiple BBC versions. There's normally a big one. There's and like the new Persuasion came out and my mom hated it. And I was like, well, it's kind of interesting. I was like, she talks to the camera and she's like, I hate that. And I was like, it's okay.
Well, and it really just depends because, like, for some people, they work and for some, they don't. Like, for me, nothing romance related, but, like, I cannot watch any adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, because you love that one.
Yeah.
Because that book is, like, near and dear, but they also don't do it well. I mean, granted, there are a couple of miniseries that are done in, like, French and Italian that seem like they would be great because they're miniseries and they spread it out, but I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
Well, but like Outlander, you can't cover everything in the Outlander books, and they're still coming out with those, but I love the TV series, and I love the books.
They announced their final season.
Ooh.
No, they just finished the final season.
Oh, wow.
They just finished the final season. But Outlander is one of those ones where I enjoy the TV show and I enjoy the books for different reasons.
Yes, I have to agree.
But the TV show did a really good job of keeping like the core themes of the book while still kind of like going outside of it, right? Because again, you can't have a play-by-play of the book because it's just not going to be very interesting to watch with your eyeballs.
No, that's
and it's going to be 12 hours long.
So I will have to say, and AMC did a fantastic job with the Discovery of Witches.
Yeah,
they did a fantastic job of
They did
of adapting the book in such like again, things were different, but the core of the characters, everything, it was beautifully done. And it's one of those things where like AMC's shows now that are adaptations, all of them that I've seen are fantastic.
They did a very good job with Interview with a Vampire.
Like they're so good.
But the Interview with a Vampire AMC TV show and Interview with the Vampire, the books are very different. But they did a very good job of like taking the core of the characters and working with the actors that they had cast, right? So they kind of, with Interview with a Vampire, and I really liked the way that they did this, they cast Jacob Anderson, who's Grey Worm from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Jacob Anderson is a very good looking man.
Oh God, yes.
Is a black man. And so what they did was they kind of took his character, they took Daniel's character, not Daniel, shit, it'll come to me. But they took his character and they made it kind of a little bit no, not Louis. It's Louis and Lestat. So it is Louis. Yes, Louis and Lestat. Sorry,
Louis.
My brain broke there for a minute,
right?
guys.
He's Louis, right?
He's Louis.
Okay.
Yes, he is Louis because Sam Reed is Lestat and Sam Reed is so fucking hot, guys. He's so hot right now. But anyway, they took Louis' character and they added a little bit of kind of like an element of, because it's in, you know, early 1900s New Orleans, added an element of like kind of a little allegory on racism into it, right? And it's not really there in the books because in the books Louis is white, but you know, they took the character and they took Jacob Anderson and they kind of were able to take an angle to it that wasn't there in the books. It still stayed true to the books.
Well, and that's what they did with Bridgerton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it can be very well done, and you can do those adaptations really well.
Yes.
And like to be fair to Interview with a Vampire, they had to take parts of the other books and bring them forward into the first season to make it make sense. Because like the first time you read an Interview with a Vampire, it's kind of like it can stand alone, but there's a lot of what moments in it, and then you start kind of like reading the rest of the series and you start to put it all together, right? Like you don't get why Lestat is the way he is until you read further into the series. He's just kind of this asshole who's just living in New Orleans, throwing money around and biting people, and you're just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talking about biting people, isn't there a new Dracula that's supposed to be pretty hot? Isn't Dracula?
I don't know.
Dracula?
I think so.
There's another Dracula movie?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not? Are you thinking of? Yes, you're thinking of the one with Jacob Elordi and
that's Frankenstein.
That's Frankenstein.
No, not Frankenstein. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Because I just watched that. Because I'll watch just about anything with Oscar Isaac in it. It was very weird. It was a Guillermo del Toro, so I should have expected it would be
Guillermo
weird.
del Toro does some out there stuff. I mean, some of the stuff I've seen is great. Other stuff is like, what in the fuck am I
Look,
drinking?
I love Pan's Labyrinth.
It's Kayla Blandry Jones as Dracula, Christopher Waltz, Zoe Blue.
There's a
when is it coming out?
2026.
There's a
later this year.
Oh, it's supposed to release in
July 2025.
American
American release February 6, 2026.
Oh, okay. It's the end of this month. I haven't. Heard, how have I not heard anything about this?
I don't know. No, not really big names. The only big one is really Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only because he's a really big name in like fantasy movies.
Mm-hmm. And I read the first book, the prequel of Practical Magic, and then there's going to be the sequel book is going to have a movie, right?
Yeah, Practical Magic 2, Devil Wears Prada 2 is supposed to
come out.
So I mean, there's some book to television film romance that are great, and there's some that I'm just like, why am I watching this? Like,
which feels like all the previews for like the latest version of Wuthering Heights, which feels like it's all fan service. Like, okay, I get Jacob Elordi as a snack, I get Margot Robbie's having a moment right now, but like. I really don't remember that Wuthering Heights having that much banging in it.
Bridgerton,
and it really seems like it's really just one big long sex scene.
Is it really?
That's what the previews have implied. I have not
that
actually
I wasn't
seen
going
the
to
movie.
see it.
I haven't seen those previews, but I have to say, going back to Bridgerton, for the Regency, they did the sex scenes really nice. And we all got to see Renee Jean Page's ass.
Look, man, I will look at Renee Jean Page's ass all day.
Or any part of him, honestly.
Really,
any.
I'll look at his face. I'll look at his ass.
He's so pretty.
Oh.
I wish they would have him cameo, but him and what's her name doesn't look like they'll cameo in any of the new series.
Oh. Okay, so what do we not have adaptations for that we wish?
Besides ACOTAR?
Besides ACOTAR.
Okay, besides ACOTAR.
I honestly would love to see some of the J.D. Robb. So there's a special J.D. Robb where Nora Roberts writes two parts of the book. So she writes one part of the book is during our time. So current time as Nora Roberts. And then future time as J.D. Robb, because as J.D. Robb, it's all futuristic. Like the cars can fly, kind of like it's a very futuristic.
Yeah,
and so it's combined, like it's one story. And even if they didn't do the whole like in depth series, I feel like that combo book as Nora Roberts and J.D. Robb, which I have to find because I love it. I think that would be a great like show or like miniseries or like even a film.
Yeah.
I would love a Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn because it was really cute and it was just like great banter and it would be such a cute little like maybe summery film.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Like a little, would it be almost like a rom-com?
Oh, totally. It'd be a great rom-com and it has some hilarious parts. It would be great.
So the one series is a very God, I can't remember. Okay. It's like it's a mix of it's the bundle itself of both together. I feel like is Remember When, but I could be wrong. Where it's got the Nora Roberts and the J.D. Robb. So she writes as Nora Roberts and she writes as J.D. Robb. And I feel like that would be fun.
Okay.
Netflix did do Nora Roberts book with Alyssa
Milano.
Yes. Fuck.
Alyssa Manolo Blahnik.
It was called. It's on Netflix. It was like Brazen. It's called Brazen.
Okay.
And it's based. So Nora Roberts did do a bunch of books that were thriller romances.
Oh, fun. Okay.
That takes kind of the vibe of like the J.D. Robb, but her romance, and it was okay.
Okay. But I like Alyssa Milano.
Yes, but I mean, it was a decent book, but like those are like the big name Roberts like romance. It'd be great to see the Guild Hunter series as a show, but that would be hard because it's all angel-y.
That would the Guild Hunter
hard.
would be really good as like a series or like a mini series.
Yeah.
But they would have to pick like one pairing and then do basically the whole arc of them as a mini series.
They really should just if they focus on the books that were heavily focused on Elena and Raphael, it would be able to tell the story, because a bunch of the books in this series are focused on his people around him. That's why I was getting confused with the demigods, because in the Demigods of San Francisco, it's the 6.
Yes.
In Guild Hunter, they're the 7.
Yes.
And so and her storyline with him, like they don't even have to take the recent books, but up until like the war. Or the end of the war would be a great series.
I think it would be, as if they did it as like a mini series. But the way that they can do it, and one thing that they're doing really frequently now, is they'll kind of do like a mini series and an arc, and then they'll do another mini series, and they'll call it a second season, but really it's actually like
a different arc,
a completely different series with a completely different season set in the same universe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Red, White, and Royal Blue was a fun adaptation.
Oh, see, I didn't read that book, so I haven't seen the... No.
It's super cute. It's a really good telling of how they, like... The first son discovers his bisexuality and how, like, he deals with it, and how, like, the Prince of England is, like, dealing with the fact that he's queer in the public eye.
Yeah.
In a very rigid monarchy. And they changed things, obviously, but it's really well done. I really thought I thought it was adorable.
Aww. Yeah, good.
And they're doing the second movie.
Oh,
okay, gotcha.
Because it's called Red, White, and Royal Wedding.
I've seen the book.
But see, here's my thing: how are they going to deal with the fact that Nicholas Galzantine just finished doing He-Man? And is like,
so he's like
buff.
Big. He's like swole.
He's so swole.
But it takes a lot to stay that swole.
He finished. It's releasing in June. Tech Guy and I are going to see it because it looks like one of those stupidly fun, enjoyable movies. That isn't all that great.
But
I used to watch He-Man and She-Ra as a little kid.
Like, it looks utterly
in the
ridiculous. 80s. We're so going to enjoy that.
But I also feel like there could be a hilarious explanation for that. Like, so when Chris Pratt first got cast as Star-Lord, he had to lose a whole bunch of weight. And he was still doing Parks and Recs at the time. So in the last season of Parks and Rec, he shows up and he goes from Andy, who's kind of like a heavier guy, to like
swole.
Andy, who's like swole and really skinny. And he was like, and basically they made a joke out of it. And they were like, Andy, you look great. And he said something effective like, I quit drinking beer. You know how much calories beer has in it, right? And that was kind of like the way they explained it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there would be a funny hand-wavy way of doing it, of being like, oh, so-and-so, like, how'd you get so big? And he'd be like, protein. And it's it. Like, just the one line.
Yeah. That'd be great. But, like, yeah, he got swole.
Well, yeah, because He-Man is fucking huge.
Yeah. Oh, and he's in his... So, the trailer... So, Tech Guy and I just saw Shelter with Statham. And let me just say, that is the most slow, boring, like, Statham action movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, it was decent, but it was like, there was the first 10 minutes, I'm like, I'm so bored. But it was good. But, but they showed Masters of the Universe trailer.
Oh.
So you get to see his thighs, his massive
I feel like I want to
on the big screen with his little skirt.
I feel like we should make Masters of the Universe into a girls' night trip.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be so much fun? And we just go and just get drunk
and drool over him.
And
even though he's younger than all of us.
Giant thighs. Oh, he's basically 12 compared to how old we are.
Oh, God.
But we're going to go look at his nice thighs.
Dude.
That would be so much fun.
He's so big in that. Like, he got massive. He's so swole.
They'll surprise you.
But it was one of those, like,
I'm going to have to look this up.
I don't remember watching He-Man or She-Ra, but I'm like,
I did.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that was not one of like my big
I
watches.
like She-Ra. I
but
watched
I
He-Man
liked,
and She-Ra.
But I liked He-Man and She-Ra. Like I know who the characters are.
I vaguely know who they are, but I'm like, I don't care.
But I don't.
He's pretty.
We're not. I don't think that they're gonna make it so that it matters. You're there for the eye candy and nothing else.
Yes.
Right. But like, you know what? I love movies that lean into that. I love movies that are just like, you know what? We're just a dumb movie. We're just a dumb movie with a big fucking himbo in it. Come watch. Come give us money. You know what I mean?
You know Jared Leto is Skeletor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
He's gonna go He went method.
Whoa.
Hey, when does he not go method?
I know, right?
He's already a fucking weirdo. He doesn't really need to lean that far into the method to do it, but
his Joker was weird.
Jared Leto is just a weird human being.
True.
I like his music, though.
He does music?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
30 Seconds to Mars. Have you never heard of his band?
30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, dude, music doesn't stay in my head.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't done a lot lately.
Because no one should ever hear me sing, especially like where people are being.
No, I'm a horrible singer.
being taped.
Yeah,
but
no.
I used to make my sister cry.
I
when
used to think
sang.
his song said "Marry Me, Marry Me," and I was like,
No.
"Oh, that's hot," but it's "Bury Me."
Bury Me.
Bury Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But anyway,
They haven't done anything. The band hasn't done anything new super recently, but he does it with his brother and like
Yeah.
a friend of
Okay.
theirs or
Yeah.
something like that. So like they pick it up when he's in between movies
Yeah.
and do a little bit of
Well,
recording.
why not?
So Galzantine did another movie with Hathaway. The Idea of You. I did not like the book.
I didn't read that. I don't think.
I did not like the movie.
It's okay.
Oh, you know, The Silent Patient. I read that. It's coming out in a movie too.
Is it?
Like, they did it well for the book.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was May December romance and she's older and how to handle that with like the teenage kid girl, like it was well done.
Yeah, and I feel like Anne Hathaway does that character really well.
It was really well done. I just did not enjoy it. Like, I can credit where it was how it was
Yeah.
done. They did it really well. It's just something of it just about it rubbed me
rubbed you the
all
wrong way.
wonky.
I wonder what.
I don't know what it was like.
What's it called?
The Idea of You, where it's like Galzantine plays a young pop band rock star who like her daughter was in love with as a kid, and then he meets Hathaway and they like fall in love, and it's a whole scandal and a whole thing. But that was a fun. But like, you know, there are some, I have to say, romance novels that just I don't think would work as a show. I think any of Nora Roberts' like standalone books could do well as Nora Roberts.
Yes.
Some probably better than others.
I think some of the high fantasy books are always going to be a little bit more
Those
difficult.
are just hard. Yeah, because you have to have all that
Budget,
CGI. And
You have to
all
have a
the
lot of budget for CGI, and I feel
makeup
like the fantasy books, it's really, really easy to get lost in all of the flashy CGI and be like,
Yeah.
look, dragons, and lose
all the story.
the plot,
yeah.
basically. And I mean, like I said with ACOTAR, I feel like it's just gonna be really fucking hard to adapt, just with all of the travel, the way that they travel, and like all of the different houses and all the different locations. Like, imagine how expensive it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, I think with some of Nora Roberts' fantasy series, that would be really hard. Like they do have her fantasy that are set in reality, so there's not a lot of like wild crazy that would work really well until you get to like the epic final thing. I do have to say some of the worst adaptations I've ever seen did also kind of fall in passion flicks, but again, it's a budgetary thing that I feel like weren't great. Like, they were fun. I enjoyed them. But, like, there was one where it's, like, a hospital scene, and it's literally a random IV stand and a really, like, it looks like a picnic table with rails. Like,
oh my God.
You can tell it's, like,
Wow.
there's a budget situation happening. Which is bizarre because, like, they have beautiful houses and, like, beautiful everything. And then you have the hospital room that just looks like shit.
Yeah. You're like, you can tell they ran out of budget.
Yeah.
But I guess it must be harder to do some of those fictional, like high fantasy things because, like, for example, that Andy Weir book, Hail Mary, you know, they do sci-fi well. Like
yes.
sci-fi. Even we watched that one series. Oh gosh, let me think a moment. But it was a whole series and it was really good. It was sci-fi just a year or two or so ago, and it was really good.
But you have to have so much budget for that. I mean, you have to think about how expensive it is to make Dune.
Yeah.
And Dune is just it's
punch face.
It's just space.
Oh no.
It's just space politics in sand, right?
Punch
and it was
face.
just like super fucking expensive to make.
Punch face.
But those type of
Okay,
ones need a
Timothée
location.
Chalamet aside, they're good movies.
Some of us are okay with Chalamet.
Chalamet, I do not want to punch Chalamet.
No, I don't either.
understand
I
why
think
you
he's
want to
cute
punch
little dude.
Chalamet.
What's hilarious is like trying to spell his fucking name is hard, so I'm texting our tech guy about movies, and I'm just like, look, and I don't like Pratt. He's my least favorite Chris.
He is the least of the Chris's.
And we were talking about
And when he's not playing Star-Lord, he's not as good. He's only a good Chris if he's playing Star-Lord.
And then like we were talking about how like I don't like Tom Cruise, but I recognize his massive skill as an action star. The fact that he does all of his own stunts and knows all of that shit.
Tom Cruise
Fine.
is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Gibson is a whole nother thing.
Okay, Gibson the
Oh
design
no,
thing.
we're done with.
And then I couldn't spell Chalamet while I was texting tech guy, so I'm like punch face.
Chalamet is just a garden variety twink.
Cute
You know what I
little
mean?
guy.
So
Yeah,
I
cute little
texted
Twinkie
punch
guy.
face to our tech guy. He just laughed.
Yes.
But
Because he knows what you mean.
yes, but so I mean, there's again, and then there was the whole part of me was like, how close is she with her brother? Because Musk has all this money, like they could,
I
but
don't
then again,
know.
she's standing on her own two legs, like doing this all on her
Yeah,
own. So
yeah.
like, I get it, but like, you know,
Mhm.
I get the impression the Musk siblings are not as close as
well, the Musk
they
has,
would
the
let
Musk
on.
has all sorts of things, but the other hated adaptation from my end that everyone has probably heard, like our listeners have heard, that everyone
Okay.
here has heard, 50 Shades.
Oh.
Okay, but the books were not great. But I feel like it's Twilight. I feel like it was a spicier, but that's literally what it started as. It started off as Twilight fan fiction, and that's how 50 Shades of Grey started, okay?
Let's be all
So,
honest
like-
here to everybody. The gateway drug to book to film romance adaptation
Is
started
Twilight.
with fucking Twilight.
It's Twilight.
I waited at midnight and went into those movies.
The movies are kind of a mess. Both for 50 Shades of Grey and for Twilight, but the books are also kind of a mess if you think about it.
Yes.
Like the plot is transparent in both of those movies, which is why, and in both of those books, which is why I think they don't work, because there is no plot. The plot is non-existent.
Characters.
The plot
I
is they
know.
fuck.
There's
That's the
no
plot.
depth.
Because the plot because sex is the plot. The plot is they're fucking. Okay?
And there's other fucking.
And so
there was no
there's
fucking.
like 3
in
books.
Twilight.
There's
There
like
was one in one book.
okay,
They
there's
had sex
three.
once in
There's
one book.
3.5 books leading up to the Twilight sex that they are making googly eyes at each other for like 1,500 pages, right?
That's why it's
like-
YA.
And they just flipped it around for 50 Shades of Grey, and they just start fucking in the conference room when What's Her Bucket is interviewing.
God.
What's his nuts?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like they just flipped it around, right? But the plot of both of those books revolves around the sex, which is why the movies also sucked.
But like those books weren't even good. And we read smutty romances where the plot is just sex, but those are so much better.
They are better because there is generally a theme that runs through it, right? Even the one that we read last year that was like the mail order bride, right?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that one even had a plot. The stupid hockey romance with the gym that moved from downstairs to upstairs had something that resembled a plot. Twilight did not have a plot. 50 Shades of Grey did not have a plot. Like they tried really, really hard, right? Like
My
with the
younger
vampire
reader
Illuminati and all of that bullshit. But like, I'm sorry, that does not a plot make. Okay.
My younger reader self feels attacked.
Yeah, and then like the 20-something imprinted on the infant. Like what the fuck? I'm sorry, that was really fucking weird.
That
both
egg was in there the whole
instances.
time. I'm just saying.
It was in there the whole time, and they were like, "Oh no, we're just gonna put this on the weird fucking prosthetic baby."
I think one network, I can't remember what network did it. Kelly Armstrong books. They did an adaptation on the female werewolf series.
Okay.
Bitten.
Okay.
That was decent.
I've heard of it. Yes.
It was a lot. There was lots of sex, but there's a plot. Like that centers around Elena, who is the only female werewolf in existence.
Okay.
And like now, the book series extends beyond. It's called Women of the Other World, but it starts with Elena. And then it brings in all the other supernatural women.
Yeah.
And each story centers around how the fact that these women are strong, powerful women who, granted, have gone through some shit.
Yeah.
But it's beautifully done because the focus is not the guys.
Yes.
And ultimately, I think at some point in the books, not in the show, maybe in the show, Elena becomes the alpha of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those. And so that they did it decently.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm kind of getting at is that if there's no
plot,
if there's no discernible plot in the book, you ain't gonna do so hot in the television show.
Again, that being said, we are not dogging on like Twilight because that's a fun thing to watch.
Okay,
when
but
you want your brain to turn
Twilight is like a cult favorite. Okay, Twilight is like watching Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Okay, it's brain rot, but you love it because you know.
Yes,
it's
Princess Bride.
Predictable, or The Princess Bride. That is a good
not
fucking
on that
movie.
One, but
don't hate on The Princess
I know
Bride.
People love it, but
it's not.
I love that fucking movie.
Have you read the book? It does a good job.
It does it justice.
No,
it really does it justice.
I couldn't get into that.
Princess Bride is a favorite.
That's one of the few where I actually think I like the movie better than I like the book.
The book takes a little longer than the movie does.
The book takes a lot longer to build than the book does, than the movie does.
I love The Princess Bride. That is one of my favorite classics. It's such a good movie and easy
but
movie
it's like,
to watch.
there are a couple of exceptionally stupid movies that I know are just worthless, stupid movies, and I watch them anyway because they like take me back to a different era. So I'm not hating. I'm not hating on Twilight because like if you love Twilight, great, good for you. Like if that's what brings you happiness, it has no plot, and that's okay.
No, it's one of those fun things to watch where you're just like, I want to turn my brain off and laugh and enjoy myself.
Yeah,
Twilight. And
but it's
Twilight
not. But honestly, it's a not great adaptation of the books. But like the books were kind of real thin. The books were real thin on literary capacity anyway. So like
one-dimensional characters.
And it's the same thing with 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
Like 50 Shades of Grey is a really razor thin plot to begin with, and like the books are not a great.
But some people just
adaptation
like
of it
them
either.
because like I was at a sporting event and another mom was rereading it for fun because she just likes it and she needed like, it's like me watching Pride and Prejudice over and over and over.
Well, and that's the thing. If it's a comfort romance thing, great.
Yes.
Like, okay, I recognize the fact that the Hallmark movies are the same fucking plot over and over, copy and paste it, and they're shit.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter. During the holidays, I will watch them and weep.
Yes.
Aww.
Yes. But generally by that time of the year, you just have no functioning brain cells left.
Yes,
And
I
you're
just want to watch them.
I just want to watch things with my eyeballs and not think about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. But like, I mean, there's some things where adaptations are great. Like, and again, it's like, do they do better as TV or do they do better as?
I think it very much depends on what you're trying to get out of it. And like we were talking about with the Guild Hunter series, like the Guild Hunter series needs to be a miniseries. Yes. You cannot cram it into a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some of those just need more time.
Like Bridgerton, I think part of why I enjoy Bridgerton is because it's a series. Like
Yeah.
all the ones that I've enjoyed more than anything else have been like series.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take the controversial take of the Hunger Games. I think the Hunger Games would have done better as a miniseries than it did as individual movies.
They did rush it a little bit.
They rush it a lot. And and I'm not saying that they're bad movies by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying that the books have so much that it's grappling with that I feel like it would have done. And I remember watching those movies and being like, this would just be better as a miniseries.
I remember watching Divergent and being like, this sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just bad.
That was not good.
That was just bad.
Hunger Games did better than Divergent.
Yes, it did. But again, I feel like the Hunger Games would have been better served as a miniseries.
They just weren't doing that as much then.
There were a lot of young adult adaptations happening around that time.
There were a lot of young adult adaptations. Because it was right in the middle or on the tail end of the Harry Potter.
Mortal Instruments.
That's right.
Was big. The Shadowhunters. The film sucked.
It sucked
I love the TV series. It's on Hulu right now.
Yes.
Was
so
great.
Much better. Yeah.
Especially because the characters are super hot. Harry Shum Jr. as Magnus.
Yeah.
He did fantastic.
Yeah, but that what I'm getting at is that a lot of times those fantasy, which is why, because Fourth Wing is going to be a mini series, right?
Yeah, it's a series.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, that makes that. Okay. I mean, that's always better because I mean, and even with something like Fourth Wing, there's a lot going on in Fourth Wing.
There is, and there's a lot of like things that could be like parts that could be certain episodes. Just like we had to cut it in half because there were so many different parts. We're like, okay, first this part happens, and then this thing happens.
Threshing has to be its own thing.
Threshing
has to be its own episode or a couple of episodes at least.
Like getting through the
gauntlet has to be
meeting the dragon.
Probably is going to be one. That'd be a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well, it would be really good to do the gauntlet where they get up there and meet all the dragons.
Yes.
And then that ends it. And then threshing is its own thing.
Yes. I think that it shouldn't be done individually in episodes. I think it should kind of be intercut with other things. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fantasy is just so difficult.
Well, and the beautiful thing now with streaming is every like episode, quote unquote, doesn't have to be the same length.
Yeah.
Because it's streaming and it's a whole different ballpark.
That's true. That's true. So, you don't have to stick to 30 minutes or an hour.
And I think that's the thing I like with like streaming nowadays is that you can have that variety within a series.
You can have those variability of length within a series, right? You don't want to have huge jumps, but like anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and 15 is roughly where I see most things.
Can we all agree though that we don't want that super dark episode like it happened in Game of Thrones and no one could see what the fuck was going on? No one could see
shit. Like, but that was also, in all fairness, in the last season, which just
that was shit.
Objectively sucked. Oh. The last season just objectively sucked because the showrunners phoned it in because they wanted to go write a Batman movie.
Well, that and they phoned it in because they rushed everything because fucking George R.R. Martin still hasn't finished the goddamn.
And here's why.
I'm not gonna get into it
and here's why, because the showrunners fucked it up so badly. He's decided he's going to do something completely different. So thanks, assholes, for making us wait longer.
Anyway,
I'm not angry about any of this.
Right? I would love to see more hockey romances, but that might be a little difficult.
Yeah, but I feel like the hockey romances could be...
They're just real people, and all I have to do is pierce their penis.
But you know what?
Done. There's no fantastical creatures.
You know what
There's
I
no
want?
on-site shit.
I want an unflinching, like, recreation of the Glitter Dicks books. And when I say unflinching, I mean I want them to actually get their dicks pierced.
Oh, like the one I was reading.
So yes, flinching.
No, like the one I read where it's like every guy of the original, the starting lineup of the hockey.
But
every guy has their dick pierced, and it was a dare where you truth or dare, and if you don't want to tell your truth, you have to get your dick pierced. That was how that book.
But I don't know that there's any truths I have that would make me get my shit pierced.
A lot of the truths in the books have to deal with the women in their lives that before they admitted them that they love these women or whatever. They like
still.
Yeah.
But
nope.
But what I'm getting at is that, like, I think it would be fun if each of the relationships had their own episode as a miniseries, right? Because, like, Heated Rivalry, if you guys ever watch it, like, it does something similar where there's kind of, like, this main romance arc, but then there's kind of, like, a subplot of a couple of different characters, and they dedicate, like, an episode and a half to these other guys, right? And it's a little bit jarring when you watch it the first time and you go back and watch it again, and you're like, oh, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. Right? Because they're able to kind of like bring these characters in a little bit and show their story. But I think it would be great if we could do one of those like glitter dick hockey romances, right? And it's just them playing hockey as they're getting their dicks pierced, telling their teammates truth or dare. Like, wouldn't that be so much fun?
Okay,
because it's really about the sex and the glitter dicks. It has nothing to do with the hockey.
Okay, so the book series that would lend itself to this, that does the truth or dare, is the let me pull it up because.
Or even if they go and get tattoos. I mean, I don't really care what the body modification is, but I think it would be really hilarious if all their...
It's the Boston Bolts hockey series by Brittany Nicole.
Yes.
And this, I get it. And you know what? This would be something where I'm like, you know what, Tosca? I want you to do this for Passion Flicks because
I want you to put these humans in a piercing parlor, and everybody's looking at the guy's dick who's getting pierced.
There are explicit scenes in the books about how they get their dicks pierced,
and the whole thing is that they're talking about the relationship with the guy who's getting his dick glittered, and the girl he's with and his hockey buddies. Like, I feel like that would actually be like. I feel like that would actually be good. Tosca must call me.
And there's a couple of where the guy has the cross through the head.
Oh, we looked that up that one time.
Yeah. The cross through the head. Mm-hmm. The Jacob's ladder.
Yes.
And then like the one at like the top at the base of their cock that apparently is the clit stimulator piercing. He has all of them.
That sounds like you're gonna deflate that shit.
Yeah.
How's that thing even gonna work and keep blood in it?
How do you explain that to the security officers at the airport when you set off the
That's too much stuff.
metal
You're gonna
detector?
set it up.
Okay, there's a clip.
You're gonna go through the X-ray
of the Rookie, the cop TV series with Fillion.
Okay.
I think he's in The Rookie.
Yes.
Where he's doing the wand over a guy and taking out each of the piercings, and then he gets over the dick piercing and just looks at the guy who's handcuffed, and it just raises his eyebrows. Like Fillion's like,
yeah.
But like that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Oh God.
But like, there's.
But if you're gonna do something campy like that, lean the fuck into it.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, some of Tosca's series, like the Passion Flicks stuff, some of them, like there's one that's around like a Christmas romance.
Yeah.
They lean hard into that. It's a little.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna do it super cornball, like
do it.
Make it a plot point and like have there be intention besides why it's behind why it's cornball-y. You know what I mean?
We'll see. We do want to try to do a girls' night where one of our friends does Twilight.
Yeah, where somebody watches Twilight cold and we just take her reactions from it.
Twilight was fun at the time. I will admit that.
Yeah.
The time in my life, Twilight was fun.
I don't know that I've ever seen the fourth movie.
There's 5.
Okay, that is I haven't seen either. I think I've seen up to the third movie.
Eclipse.
Yes.
Twilight.
I don't think I made it.
Eclipse, Breaking Dawn 1 and 2. There's
New
5.
Moon.
Oh, that's the second one.
Yeah, New Moon is the second one. I know I've seen Twilight and New Moon. I think I've seen Eclipse. I know I have not. I know I have not seen the last. I forgot they broke the last book up into 2, which was functionally
5 is where the imprinting with the baby happens.
Yes, that I am aware of that. That is what happens.
4 is when the imprint happens. 5 is the rest of the story.
I don't think I've made it to the Vampire Illuminati showing up.
The Vampire Illuminati show up at the end of 2. First time.
2?
You meet them at the end of 2.
Yeah, but it's not like the full show. What?
Yeah, but it's
and
not.
And he goes there, and then the next book they come there.
They haven't come to fight. They haven't come to fight the Cullens.
In like the 4th or 5th.
Eclipse, they show up, and they also show. There's a whole thing.
Maybe I haven't seen past New Moon. Maybe I haven't seen the last Twilight movies.
You just don't remember. It's been so long.
I know I have not seen Breaking Dawn.
What?
Okay, they're really, really stupid, and when you need a brain break next week,
I know I have not seen those 2. I can't remember if I've seen Eclipse
Highly
or not.
recommend when you need a brain break from Peopling next week.
Okay.
Put it on.
Okay.
And get a drink.
Will do.
It is fucking ridiculous.
Gladly.
Okay. But there are things where I will start drinking while I'm watching this and do a live stream of consciousness text to the person who's recommending me to watch this. Like a great example of this is Batman versus Superman. Because we were prepping for Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And Tech Guy was telling me to watch it. He's like, you have to watch it because it sets up Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And he gives me the special, because I watched the theatrical cut, and I hated it. And he's like, no, you have to watch the extended edition. It's better. It makes more sense. And so he gives it to me, and I proceed to get extremely drunk, and I'm texting him just complaints and hatred throughout the entire thing until Wonder Woman shows up.
Yeah.
But again, I get to see Cavill in spandex, so.
Oh, any Cavill spandex.
Did you see the Highlander stills of Cavill?
Oh, so fucking excited.
He looks so sexy.
He looks so good. He looks so good. I'm glad that he's found another niche.
Yeah, because we all hate what the fuck the budget.
I still have not. I still have not watched Diet Geralt. They got the wrong Hemsworth.
Wrong Hemsworth.
Yeah.
We all look. If they gotten Chris, it would have been better.
You're like, okay,
because Liam is the scrawny Hemsworth, and Geralt is a big guy.
And Chris would have been the right Hemsworth because Chris is big compared to Liam.
Yeah,
they got budget Hemsworth.
Yeah,
because they can't afford Chris.
They didn't give him the juice.
Yes, I have not. I've refused to watch it. Like, my dad's a big Witcher fan too, and he's watched like halfway through the last season, and I refuse to let him tell me anything about it because I'm like, I don't want this to have any redeeming qualities because I'm just angry about all of this.
Yennefer and Ciri, from the clips I've seen, I liked, but that was about it.
Okay, but like I haven't seen a single good thing said about any of the episodes in this last season.
No.
And now
Little
to be fair, I understand where Cavill was like left the show because it was kind of turning into a hot dumpster fire.
Have you seen the fact that the author hates it?
Yes. But like
he's a big fan, right?
But I started reading the books, and I think that was kind of part of my and I mean, like, the first season of The Witcher is great. It's not like super true adherence to the books, but it sets up a lot of things where it could have kept following the books, and then they just didn't do that.
Well, the author himself doesn't like this series.
Yeah.
And Cavill is part of the problem they had with Cavill was that Henry is a massive fanboy. Like,
big time
massive
Witcher fanboy.
Fanboy of all the projects that he did where he's big into this lore.
Yeah.
It's rough because like he gets super frustrated with it not being like right.
Yeah. Which is good and bad, I suppose.
He gives a lot of like leeway to a lot of the stuff that makes sense in terms of like, okay,
yeah.
But when the lore really goes fucking wrong,
the lore was going sideways, and they really shafted Triss's character. Because Triss is a love interest in both the books and in the video games. And they really relegated that actress. And I think she does a really great Triss. I think they could have done more with her if they're kind of... Because there's always kind of this little bit of like, will he, won't he? And you get to kind of pick a little bit to some extent, right? Whether you go with Triss or whether you go with Yennefer in the games. And they really just kind of like really... relegated the woman who's playing Triss into kind of like this background character, and like the plot was just kind of going all over the place. And as I started to read the books, I kind of realized why Henry Cavill was like, this isn't what I signed up for. Which is why I'm saying that like Michael B. Jordan being EP on Fourth Wing doesn't mean a lot, but I'm hoping that it carries more weight than...
You know what I really, really hope?
Because Henry Cavill was a producer on The Witcher.
But not EP.
He was not EP.
You know what I really, really hope, though? Is that Michael B. Jordan is a secret fangirl for Fourth Wing.
Oh, I think he is.
Oh, that'd be great.
I think that would make it perfect.
I think he very much is. I will be disappointed if he doesn't show up as a professor at Basgiath and does kind of like a cameo thing, because he's just so fucking good, guys. He's just so good.
I could totally see him as a total fangirl for a
Yes, I think he is. I really think because he kind of said in his statement, he's like, I understand all the hype behind this, and I'm like, Michael B. Jordan is a fangirl.
But like, that's the best way to do it.
Look, man, if you're not like super into the source material, you're just not gonna give it the same weight as if you're just kind of like showing up and punching your time card, you know, like
secretly, if they ever bring back Supernatural, like do another season, random or miniseries, I would only follow it if they found a way to bring back Kripke.
Yes.
And Jensen and Jared were EPs.
I will only watch it if Kripke is show running. And Kripke would not leave Jensen and Jared and Misha Collins and all those other key like actors out of it.
Oh God, it's the next season of The Boys.
I know,
it's a reunion.
But like you said, like, you know, but because Kripke's original vision for Supernatural was 6 seasons. Was it 5? Okay, it was 5. I can't remember if it was 5 or 6, but it's either 6 or 7 where things kind of start to get a little bit shaky ladder.
But it's still a fun.
It's still a fun show, and I'm not saying that it got bad. I'm just saying that Kripke's original vision was basically Sam dying, and the show was supposed to end there, right? And then they kind of had to find ways to sort of retcon all of this, and then it turned into a campy mess, and it was fun, but at the same time,
the campy mess, everybody loves it.
But all I'm saying is that sometimes it does pay for you to say, okay, we're going to end with this season because this is a story I wanted to tell, right?
But everyone recognizes, I love the first 5 seasons were great on their own.
Yes,
and then everything after, French Mistake was after that. And so some of the best episodes was post Kripke.
Look, one of my favorite episodes is post Kripke.
Yeah, but it's great. And so the one thing is,
I know.
Laurel isn't
I'm just
big
listening.
On Supernatural.
Yeah.
Some of the episodes where they introduced Jack weren't great, but as you watch certain ones, you totally see that Jack is definitely Dean and Castiel's kid.
Yeah, but I think
the guy Alexander Calvert,
yes,
who
that's
plays
it. Yes,
does a fantastic job of emulating Dean and Castiel's characteristics.
They gave him a really lumpy character arc, and he's still really sort of made the best of it. But I think it was because of the chemistry that he had
with the boys,
with the rest of the cast.
Yeah. It worked really well. It's super fun. I would love to see a final season. You know what I wish they did though? It would have been fun to see a crossover was Buffy or Angel.
I would have, you know what? Angel would have been a lot of fun. I feel like Angel would have been.
It would have worked better with Angel.
It would have worked way better with Angel because Angel was a little bit. Angel took itself a little more lightly than Buffy did.
But they're redoing Buffy.
I know they're redoing Buffy.
Oh man,
Sarah Michelle Gellar is coming back.
Is she?
Yeah, she's gonna be
but it's like a spiritual sequel to it to some extent. So Sarah Michelle Gellar is super involved, but she's not coming back to
Buffy.
Reprise.
She might be.
She's
Buffy.
coming back as the OG Buffy, but it's sort of like a handoff to the next generation.
It'll be Buffy, but it won't. I don't think it'll be Buffy. It'll be Vampire Slayer versus Buffy.
Yeah. Okay, going back to Renee Jean Page. Did you realize he made a cameo in Harry Potter? Look at young him.
Baby Regé Jean Page.
Oh,
Baby
he was at the wedding.
He was at the wedding. Pass it on over there to Claire.
God.
Can you believe that?
He was...
Even then.
No, he's sexier grown.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But
he's much sexier.
Oh, yeah. But he's in it. Can you believe that?
Oh, my God.
I know.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah. But he's much sexier.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he looks like a little scrawny little 12-year-old instead of
a little bit of a twink.
I hate to tell you this, but that's because we're old now. Because when my mom taught science fiction and fantasy, she took her kids to one of her last year's teaching. I think she took the kids to see Lot R, and she liked Aragorn, and they all like Legolas.
Oh no, Legolas was so fucking hot when I was in high school.
Because we were young.
Because
I was into Aragorn when I watched, and I was in high school.
You're weird, but
no,
our age women are like, ooh, Aragorn.
But you also have to remember what Orlando Bloom went on and did after that. He had a run of really good years. I had Legolas pictures all over my locker in high school.
Yeah, but
he was 19.
He's what a teenager one.
He was 19 when he shot those movies.
Yeah. But now we like an adult man. That's what's appealing when you look at a man. You're like, oh, he's manly.
That's fair.
I mean, it should be that way, but...
No, here's what's ridiculous. I saw other Viggo Mortensen movies that same year that he did. I hated those. Aragorn, love. But Viggo, no.
But Viggo Mortensen is an objectively good-looking guy. I like Aragorn, and I mean, that's fair. I like Aragorn more now that I go back and rewatch the movies. I'm more attracted to Viggo Mortensen's character because he's closer to my age now than I was in high school.
Well, yes.
When I first saw these movies.
Again, to be fair though, I was a big fan of Sean Connery when I was in high school, and Sean Connery
older Sean Connery.
Fox.
Yeah,
older Sean Connery was always sexy. Younger one, but older Sean Connery.
I loved Bond Connery.
I loved him, but I didn't think he was sexy. I didn't think he was sexy till he was older.
Oh, the Silver Fox, Sean Connery was so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Silver Fox
and
Clooney.
The boys. I don't know.
I don't like Silver Fox Brad Pitt.
I do.
I do not like Silver Fox Brad Pitt.
I like Brad Pitt at every age. He's holding up real well.
No Silver Fox Brad Pitt.
I was always more of a Johnny Depp person though.
I liked Roger Moore's James Bond more than I liked Sean Connery's.
Oh,
my hot take. But I also thought Pierce Brosnan was cute.
was cute.
No.
Like in the early 90s when he did it.
When he was cute.
Nope. Although I have to say, I think part of it is because I grew up watching classic Sean Connery Bond.
Well, yeah, but I like both.
But I love the classic Bond movies, misogyny and all. But like,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Roger Moore ones better.
And let's be real.
No to Roger Moore. Though.
Even Connery himself was a bit of a misogynist. Let's be realistic.
Oh well,
but that was
not excusing the fact that he was shooting all of this in the 60s.
Yes, where it was kind of the thing.
Yes,
the character's named Pussy Galore.
Yeah,
and I can only think of it in Sean Connery's voice.
I have to say, as much as I hated some of Daniel Craig's version of Bond movies because the plot was just slow. Mm-hmm. Daniel Craig's Bond was fucking fun.
Yes. But I think Daniel Craig does a really good job. I like Daniel Craig's Bond as well.
I do. The movies some of them were slow, but himself
it was
as
just
Bond,
a lot of blowing shit up.
Himself as Bond was Casino Royale was
Casino Royale is one of my favorite.
Granted, those
Bond
tiny
movies.
little swim trunks.
Oh yeah,
look, man, who doesn't want to look at Daniel Craig's ass?
Right.
And I like Daniel Craig for different reasons now. I'm like huge Knives Out fan. And I think I love them because he has so much fucking fun as Benoit Blanc.
Look,
you can tell that he is just having a really good time.
Yeah. So what'll be interesting is for me, Henry Cavill is doing 40K.
Yes.
40K with Amazon. He's EP and acting in it.
Yes.
What's that?
So it's a tabletop game.
Oh, a Warhammer 40K. Yeah.
And I could care less about the games. Douglas loves the games. He used to play them. We've got figurines scattered, like random figurines around the house that he used to hand paint and stuff.
Aw.
I'm going to watch those shows. I don't give a shit about the series, the lore of the game, because it's fucking Cavill.
I had neither played The Witcher nor read any of the books when I first started watching The Witcher.
Because it's Cavill.
Henry Cavill may or may not get me into Warhammer 40K. I don't know.
I might have to watch any of them just for him.
The Witcher is really fucking
good. The first
good.
3 seasons.
I'll watch.
3 seasons of The Witcher are great.
There's one
just for
thing.
him.
There's a hot tub bath scene in the game that's well known.
Yes.
In the game, he's got his legs up on the ledge.
Yes.
In the show, he's not. But
why not?
Because they tried to do it, and he's like, it was just too difficult.
Yeah,
and it was very vulgar and inappropriate. However, they did it. But Cavill does it. He's in the scene, and he talks about filming that scene where he had to dehydrate himself so you could see everything.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, that was so worth it.
They did such a good job. They did such
season.
a good job in that first season, man.
That first season was fantastic.
That first season.
We did a watching, Claire and I, with Dougie of the 3rd season, and we're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, there was a lot of what the fuck is happening in the 3rd season.
But goddamn, there were a lot of adaptations. I'm sure there's more to come that we haven't talked about.
We'll bring them up.
We'll probably
they'll come up naturally, but I feel like this one was kind of a fun one.
It was fun to talk about.
Plus, we need Claire's brain isn't working.
I'm getting there.
My brain was stuck on fanfic for a while. It's slowly getting there. Laurel's the only one that's been reading actual books.
I know. Look at you.
I know. I'm proud of myself, but
we're all proud of you.
I get to do it while I'm doing it, and then I'll go through my slump, and I can remember this.
Yeah.
Where she's beating me, but I'll probably catch up and overtake if I focus.
Yeah.
Real hard.
When the seasonal depression wears off.
When I focus real hard. Look, there's a strong possibility in the next 2 days I will read the 4 remaining J.D. Robb books I have.
Oh boy. That would do it.
Yep, it'll push you over.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we can't measure it that way because I read faster than everybody else.
And I'm not a slow reader.
No, me neither.
But
very few
she's just...
I'm one of those weird people that can read a book in a few hours.
Even if I didn't have a job, that would not happen.
I can't, I don't process that fast.
That fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I figured it out, though. A lot. So depending on how you read, most people do word by word, line by line. I don't do it that way.
Yeah,
my brain doesn't process it that way.
Yeah.
I don't read line by line. That just makes me crazy. I can't read it line by line.
How would you describe it?
Chunk by chunk or page by page. It's literally, there's times
I lose the plot if I'm not reading it line by line.
I probably don't do it this way anymore, but in high school, I had friends timing me and sitting there just to see. They handed me a book I had never read before. So this was a completely blind. We want to see. And hand me one of your books really quick that are like physical books.
Here,
Laurel.
The Marionettes.
So I have the book from the beginning. And, as you read, you hear the page turn every once in a while, right?
Right.
For me, it was about 10 seconds a page.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, are you seriously reading? And it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
because then you could like tell them what the basically synopsis of the story was.
It got to the point where my English teacher, I'm sure a bunch of you guys from high school remember where you had your required reading, but then you had you have to read 100 pages a week to get your grade.
Yeah.
And then anything else is extra credit. And then when you're done with the book, you go into the teacher and you give them their book, and then you tell them the plot.
Right.
English. So my English teacher, my freshman year of high school, he was the student teacher, and then was my English teacher the next 3 years. By halfway through my sophomore year of high school, he stopped having me bring the books in.
Yeah.
Because it was to the point where I'm bringing, especially after winter break, where I'd bring in like 12 books.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And I was always put off to last to talk about because I had 12 books.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I kept adding books, and he just finally was like, just don't.
Just give.
Because at that point, he realized he picked up a book, read the back, read through, or like it was a classic. Like,
and he knew it.
And he knew the book, and I'm telling him the entire plot, never once opening the book. He's just like, fuck it, I'm not asking any more questions.
Right.
Like, stop bringing in the books. I trust you. I know you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
We get it.
Did I tell you I listened to my first audiobook? I think I did.
Yeah, you mentioned you were listening to it.
Yeah. So I don't think I don't retain it like I do when I read. But, I mean, I got the gist of it. It was The Anxious Generation. It was good information. Little Laurel was like, I think this book is making you paranoid, because I kept changing the parental controls on the iPad, and I was. But then, get this. Her buddy drops the iPad off the loft bed. It doesn't work anymore, and we were trying to get it to work. We were charging it. We were doing all the stuff. So it was a few days, and she started just reading. Just plain reading, just reading everything.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the bookstore, went to the library, and we did end up getting a new iPad, but I had to, get a cover that would work for it and all this stuff. And at one point she says, I think I'm happy that the iPad died.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So now, like, we just decided when we go upstairs to go to bedtime and
Book
shower
time.
and stuff, it's just book time. There's no more iPad. So she still has it in good capacity, but, like, and so now she's still reading. We had to go to the bookstore again.
Hey, look, little Laurel's birthday's coming up. I know what I'm doing.
No, and I know that my phone has made it harder for me to concentrate.
Oh, God. I was telling
Oh,
Douglas
yeah.
yesterday, I was like, my brain isn't working. I can't concentrate. And he's like, maybe stop doom scrolling Insta and Facebook. I'm like, that's fair.
I'm going to put my phone down because it kind of even helped me. I was like, okay, I'm not going to use my phone and doom scroll because she doesn't have a device and she's doing that. I'm saying it's good for you. So, I mean, other than my Kindle,
right?
Yeah,
I did not pick up my phone, and I probably could look at my minutes and I bet my time has gone down a crazy ton.
That was something that was very intentional. I did with all of my tablets. I do not have any social media on any of my tablets. I have streaming services and Kindles and read the books. I refuse to put social media because I'll pick up my phone and doom scroll. Whereas if I read my books on my iPad Mini or my Kindle. The Kindle
I used to read it on my Mini before I got a Kindle too.
Yeah.
But for me, I like having it on my Kindle because sometimes I'll swap back to fan fiction because, like, okay, I can't focus on a book. I need something short and quick, easy to read. That's a full, encapsulated story that's really quick. Although it's gotten to the point now where, like, there's no clear resolution. And some of this shit, finish it.
Yeah.
That irritates the hell out of me. But that's me, not the writer or anything. It's just a personal thing where it's like, if you're going to introduce conflict, resolve the fucking conflict. Internal, external, I don't care. Just have actual resolution.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Finish the goddamn story.
I'm just having a hard time getting my brain into the reading space. You know what I mean?
You just have to find the right thing and the right time.
helps.
You know, yeah, I know it does, but it's not.
But then you go in that rabbit
But it's
hole.
not the fucking book I'm trying to read.
But then you go down that rabbit
Do we
hole.
even remember what book we're supposed to read next?
Yeah, Butcher and Blackbird.
That's right. Okay.
And I mean, I have it on my Kindle. I haven't started it yet, but again, it's like every time
we'll,
I sit
we'll
down,
do the note thing for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my, I like I said, I think I'm now on the other side of kind of just like
life.
A lot of shit going on, and so I'm gonna try to see if I can refocus. But like it used to be that I would just like put my phone
down
in my I would put my phone in my bedroom and I would go read on my couch in my living room, and I
Yeah.
don't really have that luxury right now.
I get it.
So I'll figure it out. But like I think what I really need to do is try taking my Instagram off my phone for 30 days. Because I don't have Facebook on my phone. I haven't opened my Facebook.
You don't?
In years. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I haven't opened my Facebook in a long time. Instagram is the one that I doom scroll.
Granted, I keep social media on my phone because I manage our social media.
Right.
But also, I'm currently in I don't know, Running Springs Ranch. There's a Instagram influencer that has a ranch, and her animals are all having babies.
I'm so glad you like her too.
And so like they're like
yes,
the raven.
You're watching the drama of all of her pregnant horses.
The pregnant horse that held the baby hostage, like 11 days
way past her due date. Yeah,
and just had the baby.
Yeah,
so
like last
well,
night. Or
I gotta say,
like
my algorithm does include animals. Like mine has it has reading stuff, obviously book talk stuff. It has gardening things, and it now it's decided that I like porcupines munching on stuff. And I gotta tell you, and crazy dogs. But I gotta tell you, them munching on things is really relaxing.
Yeah.
Like during a soccer game that was going bad for
little
Laurel's team, I was like,
the hedgehogs eat vegetables.
Yes, and I was like, okay.
So my Insta algorithm is a lot of animals, baby animals,
baby animals, books,
and then a lot of the 911 series because again I've been in that stupid fanfic, and then like random like Ted Lasso stuff, random shit. But then my Facebook is lots of Dreamlight Valley scrolling because I use it it for our family shit. And then Katie what's her last name?
Van Slyke,
and all of her babies. And
Who's
the
that?
pony.
Is that the horse?
Yes, that's the Running Springs
Yeah,
Ranch.
she runs
she
breeds quarter horses.
Horses, cows, and her
she has mini
Highlands.
Cows. She has mini Highlands, and
cows.
she has mini ponies, mini horses.
Mini
they
donkeys.
have mini ones?
Yes,
Yeah,
mini
she has
donkeys.
minis. I loved when she brought in all the mini Highlands with the little mini Highland Stampede. Anyway, we're going sidetracked. And
okay.
We did a long episode on all our favorite adaptations, what we want to see, and what
we have seen. And
granted, we'll probably revisit this.
It was mostly why we didn't like a certain adaptation.
Oh well,
we'll revisit this again, guys.
Yeah, we'll come back to this one. This is a good one.
This is a fun topic, and it will evolve as we read more books.
I feel like as they get further into Fourth Wing production, we'll have more things to say about that.
Yes. Anyway, like, listen, subscribe, share, follow, all that shit. You know the drill, guys. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Survive 2026.
Here's the surviving 2026 and what the fuck. No.
Whatever that looks like.
Hold on. Let's get this. Cheers, bitches.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.